Peter and Kobela.
Jaaka ke ntse ke le ka etse tota motho itse gore bonkgonne ba ba leng ka fano ke bua ka re Kobela le re Peter Mashala ba itse go feta nna ka merero ya tsa bolemirui ka kakaretso ebile le baeng ba tlhomphegileng ba ileng gore ba mo dithutong le mo mafapheng a leng gore a ama bolemirui re batlisediwa ke bona jaanong ka bokhutshwane Mr. Kobela, I want you to introduce ko bareetsing ba rona the topic of today o itlhatlhamolle sentle gore ba utlwe gore re bua re lebile kae e be ebile o re itsise moeng o re nang le yene gompieno a tlile go re joina in this show. Ke batla fela gore ke amogele mme Matsatsi mo thulaganyo. Mme Motswadi dumela.
Ke a dumela ntate ke leboga ka mogela.
Aha, mme o setse yaanong re simolotse kgang Kobela tswela pele gona fa teng fa.
So re lemogile gore go na le ditshimo tse ding they are left abandoned because ke go na le dintwa ka mo gae ka ke le first guy you'll find gore the second generation ba e file the responsibility of tlhokomela the property ko gae, but the third generation ngwana rakgadi ngwana ramogolo wants to use the property, but because there is family issues this land is untouched and is unproductive simply because ka mo gae ga re utlwane for many reasons. So re biditse mme because we feel there's a social element into this thing and we want to understand how do we go about solving this issue in order for us to increase food production in this country. But before I fair my colleague a little bit of more context because an understanding of personal experience with this situation.
Okay, I think well he's already necessary and already I feel but I think maybe when you start personalizing ways, yeah, we personalize and so it's like when you are in a family, and then we grow as siblings in a household. And it happens where other siblings move out and find life outside, and other siblings remain in the family household or the family property. And the family is something more. It gets attached and some sort of entitlement to the property because kibona dula more sits in on the property, and you find most of them they sit there, and unfortunately maybe the parents then passes away in the property, and now it becomes the global setting. They don't want anything to do with utilizing the land, but that entitlement you find they start fighting with other so the cousins in the second generation they start now the feuds when others want to come and utilize, and you find they come here and and all that. Now they want to take over. So you find that even the problems. So as Kobela says, then it then becomes a social issue.
Okay, Kobela, you want to emphasize more before?
No, I think really the issue on the table so that people can understand where we're coming from. Before I may an opportunity how do we go about, because a lot of listeners this to this topic particularly because it affects a lot of black lives particularly. So we want to understand how do we deal with this issue. An opportunity perhaps maybe a solution to this, if there is a solution to this problem.
e ka rarabolwa jang tlhatlharuano eo ke tsa gore ke potso e kgolo e re tlisang go wena re thuse tle mme Mokgohloa.
ke a leboga ntate ne ke re ke tlhalosa gore dintwa tse di leng teng mo malapeng di tswa way back. Ke ne ke utlwa mo mongwe a nthare taba ya that people have been fighting about it for years, it will never be right. So nna ke bolela on behalf of the social workers of this country. We are meant to change the economy, the picture of the country. We are meant to deal with the real issues, and the issues came unemployment, riots, conflicts. I mean, if there are conflicts, we do all sorts of things. But these things come from families. But then, even if the Mashallah the generation 2 will pass, they will fight, and hosna productivity. We need to go back to where we come from. As a social worker, we are supposed to be activists. I actually am an activist. That is why he's a little mashallah. That is why I go winterfeld, because I'm saying in my last years of life, let me finally make a contribution. As social workers, our role is to change people's lives. And when we say change people's lives, it is a very broad, topic. Change them where, how. So I want to use an example here, how we decided to use the land and what methods we used to be able to use the land that our family had. Dialogue. So one of the reasons that what can we do to deal with the social ills, both drug addiction and you name it. Plus, 5 hectares. It can make a lot of work available for our young people who go on to drugs and every other things. But because the families don't dialogue about things, they don't talk about things, and they don't talk constructively, why is it fear of the unknown? But then he doesn't, without understanding, if it's a land to produce something that will benefit me and the other people, I think it would be the best, instead of us saying, value adding onto it. We need to look back at where we come from. Remember, we have been designed to be distracted from the history as Africans in the whole continent. And I don't want to be keeping on to that history over 100 years. But as a nation, I can as a social worker, my role has been, yes, we have been designed. What is design again? And conflict between Merafi and so on. But now as a social worker, my wish was, because I'm meant to change people's lives and I have to be an advocate for people, I have to facilitate discussions and dialogues and release fear about Mariano, what are these steps of problem solving? What are the nice social workers? What are the fellow here? Mashallah, I can't put it to can't it there is the other sections of asking? Our role is to help people change their lives. So this is the chance in this platform for people to realize it doesn't mean you must first start fighting, then you come to social workers. You don't have to do that. And Mashallah Aliso can come to us and say, you know what, I have an issue of land, you can't use it. I give a and we know that more than 10 million people are unemployed right now, and there is no way CV or always amazed because you go Israel. So now as social workers, that mashallah I'm making mashallah about anybody out there in public can come and say, you know what, I have a problem. I'm not going to go into his family or her family and then start talking, but I can help this person who I'm calling a client, language,
Yeah.
what is happening? Unpack the problem. I don't know the steps of dealing with the problem. Come with creative ways of dealing with the issue. What is the problem? Is the problem malume, rakadi, mwana? Why? Why is he saying so? We unpack all those pieces and say, if there are these problems, what do you think causes them? Because if you don't know the root cause, you will not be able to deal with the solution.
Yeah.
You know, if the root cause is fear, is what is wrong? Maybe we need to iron that out. What contribution are we making? But remember, if I don't understand you, I'll be always afraid of you. If I know difference and what is it in for me? Remember, the way of problem solving in our profession is for me to benefit and for you to benefit. I may not benefit financially right now, but I may benefit for being mashallah aviala the remnants. And the remnants are getting right. You know, the older people used to share their proceeds. Yes. But then whenever I can't share things because I don't have enough. But if I have a farm, so if people are educated, remember, no form of education can change people's minds except to deal with the fundamental issues.
Yeah.